Yes, welcome to A Beer and a Bet. I'm Mick Gannon. That's Mitch Beer. We're here to talk you through all things Mitch Beer Racing. G'day, Mitch.
G'day, Gano. Rain's tumbling down here at Kembla, but nice to get inside and have a bit of fun to kick off our first little interactive podcast for the fans and the owners out there.
Yeah, you got plenty of owners and certainly plenty of fans, that's for sure. As you mentioned, plenty of rain about down there. Heaps of rain in Sydney. It's going to be pretty good for the horses looking forward for you this weekend. The Big M's going to Randwick and November 4, so that's exciting. But we'll give the viewers a little bit of a look at what's ahead. We're going to have a chat about some winners, a couple of winners. The wheel's starting to turn in your favour there, Beery. And then we'll look ahead at the runners going to Randwick, Kembla, Sapphire Coast, of course. A couple of best bets as well. What do you reckon?
Well, mate, I know that the people close to me and certainly my staff are pretty happy that a few have started to win and not run second or third. We've been having an incredible run of placings. Horses been racing really well. They've been in their right races. They've been ridden well. We've just been on the wrong side of plenty of photos. But nice to see that wheel turn in the last week with Mount Warning and Show Pony, who was really good here at Kembla. And I guess the good thing, as we were discussing before, the week before last, we had three runners in town. None of them won, but picked up nearly $50,000 in prize money with November 4's running second and Sesame Timbers running third in a $100,000 maiden and Los Padres in the midway the Saturday prior. So, I mean, as frustrating it is, we're racing for such good money, and while the horses haven't been too far off in the last couple of weeks, they're still ticking up the bank balance, which is the important thing.
Yeah, it's super important. And the best thing about running second and third is you can just come back in the same grade and get the check eventually, which we most certainly will on Saturday, I believe. But speaking of recent winners, Show Pony, it was good to get Rachel King aboard there. She rode that horse really well. She went forward. She took the race into her own hands, really, didn't she? And she rates them as good as anyone out in front.
Well, mate, you love her from a data point of view because I think if it was up to you, she'd be booked for all of our horses because that's the important thing. Like with you, as you've sort of started to really teach me, certain jockeys on certain horses is key. And when they're going to go forward, to have a really good judge of pace like her on them, and horses just run for her. So she was terrific, really nice filly. She's by Brazen Bow, but she's sort of got a bit of a middle distance, almost staying pedigree, and she might be getting a little bit of mum's side. So looking forward to what her future holds. She's been a frustrating filly, quite a few issues. Staff have done a good job. We've only got her for this preparation. And she looks one that be able to progress to that sort of midway range for sure.
Where to next for her, do you think? Is she going out for a spell? Or are you going to give her one more?
Yeah, I think I'll tip her out. She's got a mind of her own, the filly. She's had a few obstacles along the way, and we were fortunate enough to be able to have a crack at her and try and get her to the races because it was looking pretty grim for her at certain stages. So we'll respect the job that she's done. We'll put her away, and I think next preparation she'll progress to a sort of city class mare in the making.
Good stuff. And speaking of city class gallopers and winners, there's a couple of Snitzel 2-year-olds that went out there on the midweek. Was it Sandown, God's Carpet yesterday, and Warwick Farm? A couple of winners there by Snitzel. We've got a Snitzel into a yearling at the moment in the stable now. Any reports on how that horse is going? I'm pretty excited. I know I heard we were up on the Gold Coast and you were talking it up a little bit to me. So tell the fans, let us know how's the horse going.
Yeah, pretty pumped about him. I think probably the most exciting yearling that we've had through the front doors, and not only pedigree wise but type wise, and he's just so smart. He's already here at Kembla Grange working around. He's so much more forward than what I thought he'd be, and that's probably just the quality coming out of him. So he'll have another week here at Kembla and he'll go out. I sort of pinpoint him as more of a 3-year-old 14-mile type, but yeah, the way he moves, the way he carries himself, and just the brain he's got on him, I think he's a good chance of getting there at 2 now. So we'll get him back out, and hopefully he can get up and be trialling sort of towards Christmas time. And, to to have a horse like him, it's what we moved here for, to really upgrade the stock, and it gives us a chance to get into those better races.
Super stuff. And I think there's still some percentage left in him. So Steph at mitchbeerracing.com.au. Reach out to Steph, and I'm sure she'll be able to look after you there if you're interested there. Hey, we went up to the Gold Coast. We picked up a couple of mares under the radar. I think we're well and truly on the radar now after Gareth Hall on radio sold us out to everyone that what we were doing up there. But a little bit of success there with a couple of horses as well. So the stable's slowly building the numbers, as you said. We're going to have a look ahead, though. We're going to go fast forward to Saturday. We're going to go to Randwick. 20 mils of rain, 26 mils of rain currently, 10 mils of rain yesterday. That'll work for the Big M.
Yeah, well, put a line through his last start. He lost both his front shoes, so it was an impossible task. And on his Hawkesbury run, he's up to his ears in it. I think I tweeted yesterday, I don't think I've ever been happier with a $26 pop in my life. He looks unreal. He'll get tracked to suit. Alicia Collett rode him terrific, underrated rider we have a lot of success with, and gets in, really, really well at the weights with sort of, 53.5, 54 kilos. So massive chance. And the rains come, which is his big plus. So it could be a big day. It could be a very long drive to the Sapphire Coast on Sunday with a very, very sore head.
Hope so. That's the dream. That's what we're all hoping for. And Alicia Collett takes a ride there from barrier 11, which is absolutely ideal. I think I sent you a message, or I might have picked the phone and said, look, this is a great barrier from that start point. The middle lanes are the best place to be when the rail's in a true position on a rain affected going. So it'd be good to see how he goes. And he most definitely handles a bottomless track as well as any of these horses in the race. And to be quite frank, there's probably only 4 of them that do. So really excited about seeing the Big M there on Saturday in the Bob Charlie. But in the midway, November 4 is a horse I've got a lot of time for. Gets out to the mile for the first time this preparation. Rachel King Sticks went oh so close last start. Gets conditions to favour this time, though.
Yeah, and jockey in good form with the stable as well. So she was awesome the other day. She led everywhere but the post. I'm pretty sure she was bloody in front of it after the line as well. So
tell me about it.
If run that on a heavy, she wins comfortably. We get these conditions to suit on Saturday out to a mile. She won as a 3-year-old over 2,000. So getting the mile isn't going to be an issue for her. Big open field, favourite. I think we're second favourite at $9, $10. So pretty open field. Favourite's drawn 20. Yeah. So we're going to go forward from our gate and make our own luck with no weight, rock hard fit horse. I think she's an absolute super chance. So, here we are on leading up to a weekend, and you've almost talked me into a Randwick double, Gannon. So
yeah, we're pretty close.
Else will be a disappointment.
Yeah, we're pretty close. I did sneak up to the local Green Cafe, also known as the Tab, and chucked a few pineapples through to take a double because I thought this rain's going to keep on keeping on. We may as well go to that EBT machine and get a result. And that favourite you speak of, Watch My Girl from the wide barrier, Christian Reith aboard, has absolutely no wet track form at all. So as long as the rain continues, I'd be very, very comfortable that we're going to be securing a good price about the horse. Even $10 double figures now is a good price. Hey, you got a couple heading, across the road, about 800 metres at Kembla Grange, or maybe just the one. Is it Highballer the only runner at Kembla on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we'll just run Highballer here. Again, a horse that we identified, through you on an English digital platform that was just up and going on firm tracks, which he wasn't really suited at all. So we purchased him, put him away, didn't pay a lot of money for him, and thought he trialled really good, only in a small horse trial on the synthetic, but was really strong through the line. He goes to 1,400 with a claim here. It might just be a little bit short for him, but the heavy track will put him right into contention. And I think he's a horse we're going to have a heap of fun with through winter and can get to that sort of midway level for sure.
Looking forward to seeing him kick off, and he'll be right there. So probably out to a mile and beyond is your thoughts with that horse? Yeah,
I think mile, he might get 2,000, but I think that the soft tracks are key. So, all his data, as you said, still there to have another a good, successful winter campaign. So he's pleased us at home, and look for a good showing first up. But when he gets to a mile on these rain-affected surfaces, he's going to be really adaptive.
Nice little jockey booking there of Mitch Stapleford taking the 3 kilos off as well. So that's a good little pick up there. Sapphire Coast on Sunday, huge team engaged there in the first Zipperlist and Mount Warning.
Bit worried about the track for Zipperlist. The capitalists don't really like the soft going. He doesn't. So yeah, if the rain comes, he'll come out. But one that does love it is Mount Warning. She couldn't get warm last preparation, was just too bad to be true. We sort of thought that she might be looking for soft tracks, brought her back. She was super last start. She absolutely brained him down at Maruya. And, if it's wet there and she finds a front, I don't think they'll beat her again. She's my anchor for the weekend. She's my best bet. I'm going to get in first, Gannon. But she's my best bet for the weekend. On pace, tends to sort of suit the Sapphire Coast. She's a big, strong mare. 59 shouldn't bother her, and I think they'll be chasing her the whole way around.
First episode, we'll give you $100 to kick off. We'll get to the staking plan or how you want to spend your $100 later on. That can also...
I'll take 50 for beers and pizza tonight, and I'll have 50 on Mount Warning.
I was going to say that could also include Casino Wars or anything you like. Whatever you want to do with your $100, you do. And in race 2, Network Error.
Just probably a little bit short. I only had a one trial. It'll be there for a bit of education, but you'll see in the ownership it's MD Beer next to it. So the truck's going that way. So it can go, probably need the run for experience, and nothing slows them down more than my ownership.
There you go. Shoulders, arms to that as a betting prospect, but we'll follow that horse with a keen eye later on throughout the preparation. Reward with a Rose, deeply puzzled. Hurricane Thunder, so graceful. Rounding out the rest of those, mate. What are your thoughts on those runners? Just
all going to depend on the weather, mate. If the rain comes, it's going to sort of put a line through quite a few of them. But I think rain will be decided. I think knowing that we're going to go there on a soft track, Mount Warning will be leading the brigade.
Love that. Mount Warning on top down at the Sapphire Coast. Mate, that about wraps up the first episode of A Beer and a Bet. No guessing who's who. We want some engagement, though, from the followers, from the owners, and anyone that's here. So if you've got any questions, let us know. You could email Mitch. What's your email, Mitch?
Just Mitch at mitchbeerracing.com.au. And, fire us through. We just thought that we'd start putting something out, talk about the runners, talk about what's happening in the stable, and, we might get a couple of special guests on. Not that you're not special enough, Gannon, but we'll get a few special guests on if there's any requests. I reckon if a jockey slaughters one during the week, their punishment should be coming on this and explaining themselves.
100%.
And we'll have a bit of fun. And if people got some questions out there about, their own horse or what their horse does during the week, or they want to get a bit of insight to something, we might start recording a little bit of footage and uploading it. But we thought we'd have a bit of fun, join the podcast world, and get it out there for everyone.
Love it. Awesome. I'll tell you what, I'm going to try and steer the listeners into a winner. I'm going to go to Flemington, race 4, number 3, Quantum Cat. Had a few horses that I would have called a cat, but I think this one is a genuine winner. I think it'll get the job down there. And I was very, very keen, as I've probably, made obvious to everyone, November Falls. I think one of the best each way plays you're going to have on Saturday. So Randwick race 2, number 18, I'll have 25 each way on it, and I'll have 50 on Quantum Cat. There's my $100. I'm not saving any money for Chinese or trivia. I'm all in. What do you got?
Gannon, if you like them, I like them. I'll have 50 to win on Mount Warning.
Yep.
And I'll have 25 to win November Falls, and I'll go. I've got to go 15 by 10 on Membeth.
Love it.
It's a fair spread. That's
a good spread. I didn't write them down.
And you're just lucky that Larry. We're just lucky that Nangar Larry isn't going around this Saturday night, or he'd be in the multi as well.
Oh, you gotta love old Larry. Yeah, how is Larry going, by the way?
Mate, that's one thing about the greyhounds. They, I I think a lot of racehorse trainers could take a leaf out of the greyhound trainers book. They just go round and they go round and they go round. They told me he was having a freshen up, so I didn't check my emails for 2 weeks, and I think he'd only had 3 runs. So, the dog's good. He's going great. He's keeping the pantry full at home, so that's the main thing.
Outstanding. All right, there it is. A beer and a bet. Week 1 done and dusted. Make sure you send Beery all your email requests. If you want to come on the show, hey, reach out.
And we're open to some feedback as well, because I'm sure we can only improve.
Yeah, we don't really it doesn't have to be constructive at all. Just give it to us. That's completely fine.
We're up for it. We respect that. We'd rather have it straight to our faces than you talking about us. So, just tell us how bad it is and click the unsubscribe button down the bottom.
Love it. Bye for now.